In this video, I'm going to provide you with a quick overview of the visual processing pathway after the retina. So, visual information from the retina travels along the optic nerve, and the optic nerve is the axons of retinal ganglion cells. The first step is a part of the brain called the thalamus, which is the major input-outward pathway structure of the brain. So nearly all sensory systems come into the thalamus, and specifically in the thalamus, optic input goes to a structure called the lateral geniculate nucleus. I'm going to refer to that as the LGN because that's a bit easier. The lateral geniculate nucleus then projects to a part at the very back of the brain in the cortex to a structure we call V1, also known as area 17 or primary visual cortex. V1 travels, so V1, let me just show you where V1 is first of all so you get this into some sort of context. If you imagine that the brain is roughly this sort of shape, the cerebellum at the back, brainstem and spinal cord, V1 is right at the back here. From V1 there are two pathways, one travelling dorsally, the dorsal stream, and one travelling ventrally, the ventral stream. And the ventral stream goes to the temporal cortex. Why two pathways? Well, we have an instance here of parallel processing because the dorsal stream is involved in information to do with location and orientation. So it's been called the where pathway. The ventral stream is involved with mostly object recognition, so it's been called the what pathway. Notice that when I say a stream, there are several areas such as V4 and TEO representing serial processing, and dorsally we have V5 and other areas such as lip. These are also processed serially, but notice that this divergence is another example of parallel processing. So that then is a very rough overview of processing, visual processing in the brain.